Victoria, the title holders. In fact, they've won the Queen's Cup more than anyone else.
Again, they keep touching forward on you.
In fact, only
Western Australia,
Victoria and New South Wales have won this event since its inception in 1999. Victoria's won it 6 times, New South Wales 3 times.
Australian Capital Territory. Attention.
And they're away in the Queen's Cup. Women's Interstate 8 out of the blocks. All 7 crews moving nicely from the start. The favourites possibly New South Wales and Victoria in lanes 2 and 3, right next to each other. Queensland could be strong in 5. WA have got some big names in their boat in lane 1. And WA doing the best out of the start. Western Australia and Victoria, the 2 fast starters. We see that Western Australia out at 39 strokes a minute compared to New South Wales's 36 strokes a minute. Victoria at 37 strokes a minute, and Victoria move into the lead. This Victorian crew of Robin Selby-Smith, the world champion, Phoebe Stanley, an under-23 international medalist, Pauline Frasca, Fleur Chu, Emily Martin, Katrina Sens, all world champions, Kim Crow from this year's Olympic pair, Sarah Hurd, a world champion, Lizzie Patrick, a world champion cock, so a pedigree not to be sneezed at in the Victorian crew, leading out of lane 3 in the Interstate Women's 8 for the Queen's Cup. Western Australia in second place, then comes New South Wales and Queensland. At the 500 metre mark, it was Victoria 2 seconds ahead of Western Australia. That's about 2/3 of a length. Victoria have taken in the first 500 metres. They're still at 38 strokes a minute. Western Australia in second place over in lane 1. Queensland just heading New South Wales for third, 0.06 of a second between Queensland and New South Wales. Then followed Australian Capital Territory, Tasmania and South Australia. So the Victorians starting as favourites and firming as favourites as the race goes on, really taking it to the rest of the field in the first 500, and in the second 500 they've gone out to clear water already. This is a powerful and experienced and well-drilled Victorian crew in lane 4, out now by a length and a half ahead of Western Australia. Queensland well up over in lane 5, and New South Wales back a little bit in 4th place at the moment, about a canvas behind Western Australia and the crew from Queensland. It's Victoria well in the lead as they come up towards the 1,000 metre mark. Sarah Hurd in the stroke seat, one of the most experienced female strokes in the country, in the world, in fact. And here she has Victoria, length and a half ahead of Western Australia. New South Wales moving up into 3rd place ahead of Queensland. They're about a 1/3 of a length behind Western Australia. Only a canvas back to Queensland. Then a length to the Australian Capital Territory. 2/3 of a length to Tasmania. And a length and a bit to South Australia in 7th place after half the race has been rowed in the Queen's Cup for the Women's Interstate 8s. Victoria going through in 3 minutes, 7.99 seconds. A good time in this good conditions here. A little bit of tailwind now assisting these 8s. But Victoria don't need a tailwind to establish the domination that they have in the first 1,000 metres of the race. Here in the third 500 metres, this is the time when crews can fade if they're not well prepared. That won't be happening to Victoria. They're prepared, they're strong, they're in charge. They're out by a length and a half over Western Australia in second place as they come down now with 600 metres to row in the Queen's Cup. Victoria in lane 3, 3 boats from the far side. Western Australia over in lane 1, doing well. New South Wales just next to Western Australia. And then over on this side, towards this side in the maroon, Queensland. They're the 4 leading crews at this stage. But none of them are within cooey of the Victorian crew, who've now got about 1 3/4 lengths of clear water with a rate just under 35 strokes a minute. 8.34 seconds, the huge margin that Victoria has opened up with 500 metres to go. Western Australia still holding about half a length over New South Wales, and then Queensland just behind them. Well, it's certainly a clear winner going to evolve here from the Queen's Cup. That will be the crew from Victoria, going for the 7th win of Victoria in this event. They've won it for the last 3 years, and it's this sort of rowing that has done it for them. But I venture to say they haven't had as dominating a win as this one here. Look at the margin. It's about 3 lengths now to the Victorian crew. All of them Australian representatives in one form or another, several world champions aboard. It's Robin Selby-Smith, Phoebe Stanley, Pauline Frasca, Fleur Chu, Emily Martin, Katrina Sens, Kim Crow, Sarah Hurd and Lizzie Patrick. This great Victorian crew. Queensland, the improving crew on this side of the course. They'd be in 3rd place now, challenging Western Australia for 2nd. New South Wales back in 4th. But a great row by the Sarah Hurd stroked Victorian crew, winning the Queen's Cup for the 4th successive year. A great row coming here from the Western Australians. Western Australia will take 2nd place. Western Australia cross for silver medal in the women's Interstate 8. Queensland take 3rd. New South Wales finish in 4th place. Then comes Tasmania, ACT and the crew from South Australia. Official result of the Queen's Cup for Interstate Women's 8th. 1st, Victoria. 2nd, Western Australia. 3rd, Queensland. The time, 6:09.58.